Yeah, that's a spontaneity. 12:30, May 2nd. And yes, of course, it's 2022, May 2nd, the month of my birth. Or conception, I should say. Yeah, Mommy and Daddy were married on May 20th, and I was born February 17th. But this is my therapy session, and I introduced Melanin Man to the Cctv audience on April 28th. That's the 4th month. And the two dealing with the two sides, the substantial and the insubstantial, and the 8 being DNA. So the DNA being substantial and insubstantial with liquid fluid pineal gland, I'm Melanin Man. And I don't think all that came out in that particular 27-minute segment, in which, I don't know. Can you smoke herb on air? Well, they didn't let the exhale of my smoke coming out. And being liquid fluid pineal gland, Melanin Man, biological living light, a child of the sun, having this balancing energy, and then thinking about the substantial and insubstantial, and then with a natural element that grows up out of the earth. And you know there are 5 elements in the earth, right? So you have the sun, you have the earth, you have the metal, you have the water, and you have the trees or the wood or the outgrowth of the earth. And so I'm smoking this herb, outgrowth of the earth, as biological living light Melanin Man here in the intellectual mecca of the world, where everyone for the past 400 years has been misunderstanding the communication of the ancestral messaging. When Moses heard God say, I am that I am, how is that I drawn? How is that one drawn? I am that I am, and I can't be defined. Not as biological living light accessing all of the potential of understanding self of substantial and insubstantial. 3 minutes into the segment. So I dealt with the 1, I dealt with the 2, the substantial, insubstantial. 3, the woman, the breast, the butt, the booty, the parabola. And as Melanin Man, understanding the square, the pyramid, the circle, here's my focus as biological living light, and that's my right angle. You see the crucifix? And so Jesus died on the cross, and the cross connotation, it folds up into a cube. So if Jesus was light as water and could run across the top of the water, Could that be a innuendo of being psychologically sound and understanding the substantial and insubstantial? And so if you're that particular right angle that folds up into the cross or the cube, if you like the Rubik's Cube, and if you get all your colors and all of your balance and all of your energies organized in your focused thought process with liquid, fluid, pineal gland energies, should I feel guilty about sharing divinity? As I wear my Dr. Pepper Fenway Park shirt. Am I a hot pepper? The right angle. If my focus is here on my divinity and not at the vertex or at the nipple, but I'm into the depth of who I am as biological living light, understanding, wait a minute, oh, the crucifix is just a version of the compass. And the compass is contained in, oh, what's the clock? A circle. Understanding the right angle, the curve, the circle, understanding, wait a minute, the definitions of all of these words in this vocabulary of the English language are defined. So here I am as Melanin Man, biological living light with liquid fluid pineal gland, knowing I'm a verb. I can't be defined. I'm in action. I'm divine energies. I'm moving with the motion of the ocean. I am that water. Just got through watching A View to Kill. View to Kill with, so okay, I'm in the 007 series watching Sean Connery in 62 and Goldfinger and Dr. No, and now I'm into Roger Moore, into A View to Kill. Those white guys in their portrayals of James Bond, 007. Well, here I am, Melanin Man, biological living light. Yeah, I'm my 007. So I got to 1, 2, 3, understanding the 4, the crucifix, the Rubik's Cube, folding up into myself. The 5 is the right angle above half the circle, so I understand my longitude and my latitude, but I understand my curve and my bend and sway with the motion of the ocean, and understand I'm that divine verb. Mercy. Only mercy is universal. Can guilt and wait a minute, how do those two fit together? Guilt and mercy. Nine minutes into the segment. African origin of biological psychiatry. In reading the meta-netta, the I, understanding the one, understanding the curve, and then with the feathers being light as the energies. And what are the tubes at the top? And wait a minute, what are those columns at the Langdon Library, the Harvard Law School Library, or maybe 55 Mass Ave, right near the Charles River, MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Harvard, MIT, James Bond 007 calcified pineal gland value structure. Here comes Melanin Man, understanding I'm a verb. I'm merciful. I have to forgive myself for not seeing my divinity sooner. At 10 minutes in, being that one, understanding the full sphere of the substantial and the insubstantial. And then at 11 minutes in, not only understanding the vertical, but understanding the horizontal, and the horizontal being that right angle, that equal sign. So is your 11 equal? 11:30 into the segment. Understanding your divination is your consciousness. Do you have the psychological tenacity to understand there is no opponent? You are your own worst enemy. You doubt your divinity. Oh, I should feel guilty for being divine. It's a crime for me to see myself as divine. Now, who's insane? You or me? I'm just sharing. At 60 years old, the month of my conception, 61 years ago. And, yeah. So, biological living light, a child of the S-U-N, understanding, wait a minute, the ancestral drawings of the digits, how would you convey divination in a marking, in stone? How could you convey divinity from one generation to the next? You have to get it from someone who's cognizant, someone who can see themselves as divine. And I'm allowing myself to see inside my mind that I'm divine. I gotta fight myself. My biggest battle is I don't smile enough. I gotta start smiling. I shouldn't feel guilty for being this good, this wonderful, this great, this conscientious, this merciful. These are thoughts that this biological living light with a liquid fluid pineal gland, black man in America, dealing with this intellectual mecca, this is how I think. We have been inwardly divided individuals. I've become an undivided individual. Is this permissible in this state of mind? Freedom is happiness. Happiness is freedom. Are you happy enough to be free? Are you free enough to be happy? Think. It's not illegal yet. I've been your host, Melanin Man. That's all I gotta say today. Take care. Peace.